it was less frustrating as the monster. For the hunters, it's a little bit more strategic and less spammy. So overall, I think the studio's been very happy with it, and that's why we felt like safe to roll forward with it in this next title update.
Yeah, and we'll definitely, as with everything, be listening to what you guys think and checking telemetry and reading feedback and all that fun stuff that we do.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there
listen
may be future adjustments, but you know, that's what'll be in this update for sure. Like I said, there's Gorgon's a big thing. There's a lot of even small details. We got the colorblind mode and stuff. There's a bunch of small things. It all adds up. I think this is I forgot until they started playing today, like how much is in this update. There's
a lot of updates to how you get information visually. You know, you can see people's icons above them now, so you don't have to memorize outlines. You can see that. We went over a lot of that stuff last week with Tara, so that is in our past broadcasts that you can check out. But yeah, there will be other stuff, and of course, we will be putting up patch notes as soon as we have those together. Captain Scourge was asking if you can eat your old spider traps.
that would be kind of gross.
Super gnarly.
No, there must have been a piece of food or something there in the same place. But you can only have one spider trap out at a time. So if I throw one in the world, it will stay in the world indefinitely. It won't ever die on its own. So you can drop one right at the dropship spawn and then go. And a lot of times I nab a hunter and they'll be able to heal and stuff. But it's kind of fun. But as soon as you spawn another one, the old one dies.
Yeah, oh my goodness, Ghost Robo getting so much focus there, but did eat that mine. Oh, just missing that other one, barely by the skin of his little spider teeth. But one thing that I remember from playtesting when we first put her out to the studio is we had like 4 spider traps, or we had a ton of spider traps that she could put out at once, and it was so horrible. I remember just being like, oh my god, they're everywhere. It was like, and then there were pools of acid everywhere. It was just like, oh god, it was such a hellscape for hunters.
I remember taking a split, a 2-on-2 split around a pillar, and me and Assault were next to each other, so we thought we were safe, and we both got in a trap at the same time, and so we're both just running around spider traps. It's like, well, so much for this game.
Yeah. And they would run really far too.
Yeah,
they run super fast and super far.
It's worth noting the way that they work is when they'll stay burrowed wherever you throw them. They'll stay there. Once they're activated, they chase a hunter. If the hunter goes too far away, then they'll stop. But once they grab a hunter, they'll run around randomly inside of that, and they move quite fast. But they're on a leash. They can't go more than 40 meters away from where they started.
Which is still quite a distance.
Which is still a healthy distance. It's still like your teammates are like, damn it, stop moving. But they used to run to like the other side of the map.
Yeah, and you're just like, there's a monster over here, and you're trying to deal with this, and you've got your medic like screaming, like, oh my god, I've been taken.
I mean, they would go so far, you're just like, I'm not even gonna go.
Sorry, bro, you're dead.
Yeah, sorry. I think the mammoth bird just won.
Death by mammoth bird. That's the worst. I think everybody knows how I feel about mammoth birds at this point. Just bastards.
Yeah.
Are the spider traps faster than spotters? Are spotters? I guess they run around.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'd have to go look it up. I don't remember what the speeds are, but they're pretty fast. I think they're like the spider traps. When they're not fast when they go after a hunter, they move slower than a hunter.
Yeah.
Hunter moves at like, I'm not gonna throw. I don't remember numbers out there.
It's once they've got you, and that's.
It's once they got you, they run really fast. There's something like 15 meters a second or something when they got you. They run and then pause for a second, and then run and then pause for a second. So it gives your teammates a chance to shoot.
Yeah, especially like I was playing Val when we first put this stuff out, and I was like, someday I'll be able to snipe one of these things and actually hit it with my one shot. And it was just like so bad. Oh man, but yeah, no, we've worked a lot of those kinks out, and it's a much better experience. They feel fair, you know. There's like a good give and take with those.
They will also let a hunter go after. I think they can hold a hunter for a maximum of 8 seconds, and that whole time they're doing damage per second. They also do an initial damage when they grapple. So there's a big amount of damage that they do just immediately if they grapple somebody. That way, if they get shot off immediately, it was still useful to trap them. But then they can hold them up for up to 8 seconds, or until they're incapped. And as soon as they run out of health and incap, or 8 seconds hits, or they take so much damage that they die, then they let go of the hunter.
And then as you level them up, they get more health.
More health, yeah. And I want to say there's something else. More health and...
Maybe longer duration?
More. Well,
I know we toyed with a bunch of different
I can't remember.
variables.
I'd have to even look on the
abilities.
On the ability. It says on the ability UI what it is.
Yeah, we have a couple of questions. Inca Cola asks, when Gorgon's on a wall, does Griffin's sound spike pick her up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and Griffin can pull her off a wall with the harpoon.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, but that sounds awesome.
Yeah, if she's up there being stubborn and she's like, no, I'm just going to sit up here and spit acid on you, Griffin can say, no, you're not, and yank her down.
Badass.
So that's cool.
Abdomen counts as limb damage, correct? No, abdomen.
I think it's torso.
That's torso damage.
I think that's torso damage, yeah.
because otherwise she wouldn't have a torso.
Yeah, so shoot her in the butt.
Shoot her in the butt. All right. Can you stasis the spider traps?
I'm pretty sure you can.
We'll have to test that out.
I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure they go slower when they're
that'd be helpful.
Stasis effect, yep.
And then Mr. ZTV asks, when we level up the spider. Oh, do more. Okay, so you.
They definitely do more damage. I know they have more health, more damage, and I can't remember what else.
Okay, cool.
It might be speed.
Is there anything Griffin can't do?
I know, he's the bomb, right?
Grow hair here.
He probably could. He probably trims that.
He
chooses not to have, not to look like a Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, being Bigfoot's bad. Oh, she's so cool. Just check out the Scarab skin. That's so badass. It's like beetle wings.
Oh yeah, she's kind of shiny, huh?
Creepy skeleton.
In this idle pose, actually, it's kind of quick. You can't see it, but she's pulling the maggots off of her abdomen and eating them.
She is. Okay, because there were people in, when we first put out the silhouette animation, people were like, it looks like she pulls something off her body and eats it. So she does.
Hard to tell because she also has kind of a pointy, maggoty looking tongue. So on one hand, you think, did she just swallow that? On the other hand, it looks like her tongue, but she actually does eat it.
Gross.
Yeah.
I guess that's the monster version of picking your nose. Does she have a nose?
Kind of not.
She's got a lot of eyes.
Eyeballs and mouth.
So, great. That's disgusting. This comes with the hunting 2 pass. So that's where you can get the Scarab skin. It's pretty badass. I like it a lot. But yeah, no, we have a lot of, because Wraith has her scythe arms, and then she's got, another set of arms, right?
Yeah.
And then she's got, the big claw, the big arms, and then she's got, little T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
And
I think they're just there for looks, yeah. Because they're gross.
Yeah.
Extra arms are not, we don't like that. We don't like extra arms, generally.
Did you do research on what creeps people out the most for this?
Just go with your gut.
They come from our nightmares.
Yeah.
They're asking about my shirt. Oh, this is from, oh, God.
It is. I wish I had one. I'm going to have to order one.
Yeah, no, they're online. I'll find the link. I know Shane has some. Shane, my love, could you find the information on these? Because they're really cool. And I thought it's my favorite monster shirt because it's got Goliath all snarly and then little hunters. So I thought it was a good shirt for today since I didn't have a Goliath or Gorgon shirt. I was getting dressed this morning and I was like, if I'd been thinking this through, I should have made some sort of cool Gorgon-esque t-shirt. I don't know.
Oh yeah. We could have had
I couldn't think of anything. That's the problem. Is I need like a web snare on the shoulder.
You should have the Gorgonzola shirt. Mike Boccieri. We're gonna make that skin. the gorgonzola, blue cheese skin.
Oh, we're actually making it?
I don't know. I just told him it would.
I thought Bocchi vetoed that.
He wanted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Must have been something else then. What's the significance of the maggots? Just an aesthetic?
Well, you know how when Kraken flies, it leaves scorch marks?
Right.
Gorgon leaves piles
maggots.
of maggots.
So it's a tracking mechanism.
Yeah.
So you'll spend your time looking for maggots. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
It's also, when she stages up, she leaves a little pool of maggots on the ground.
Yeah, no,
People wanted a gross monster, so we made one that was
super
kind of
gross. There you go. Yes, I am reading the teleprompter, and it says it's not a Jinx shirt. It's Sanshi. Sanshi makes this. Shane should be able to
cool
find
shirt.
it. It is super cool. They were at was it PAX or E3? I think they were at PAX East.
Mm-hmm.
And they were selling these, and they also had the Evolve scarves, which are really cool. These ones are not up on the 2K store, but I know they are available somewhere. So we'll find that link for you. If Shane can't find it now, I'll find it next time I'm off the camera here, because I have no devices with which to search for it. Let's see.
Somebody asked.
Seedsy.
Somebody asked, how come we allowed her to sling off of thin air? And we tried not doing that. We tried. At first, you actually had to attach to geometry to pull yourself, but it was too limiting.
This sounds super limiting.
It's too limiting, and
some maps are flatter than others.
I mean, when you watch like Batman or Spider-Man, they're not really worried about whether that web sling is connecting to stuff. You just kind of assume everything is going according to plan.
All right.
So it just felt good. It felt like Spider-Man, and she's kind of spidery themed, so it felt really good to be able just to point a direction and sling that way. So it felt really good. So that's why we kept it.
Yeah, and you suspend disbelief for a moment and just kind of go with, dude, this is so cool. So I think that's kind of, it's okay. It's okay to do that. We allow you to pretend it all makes sense. Let's see, who do we have? We've got Vern back on Assault. Mad Count is on Trapper. We got DB. Wait, did I say DB on Support? And who's playing? Oh, we got Nikki on Healer, which means who's playing Monster right now? There's some cool animation when she sidesteps backwards. It's very like.
Yeah, I like her.
Spidery.
I like her stealth.
Oh, Ghost Robo.
I like her stealth pounce animation, or stealth walk animations are very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I remember that was one thing I really loved about Wraith, because her tail kind of coils up behind her and she looks super snake-like when she's sneaking.
Oh.
I love that.
You might notice right now, Gorgon just staged up but has some armor. So we gave them 20% armor when you come out of the cocoon. That's not just Gorgon, that's all monsters. That's in the next title update.
Do you want to talk about what prompted that?
Yeah, it was just because if hunters got off a dome on Evolve, a lot of times they could dig way down into the health, and it would be the defining moment of the entire game.
Yeah.
Right, just the fact that they domed the monster.
Oh, is he stuck in there? Is that a god dome? I think he's stuck under there. Yeah, good luck going down into a hole after Gorgon, though. That seems like a terrible idea. Although he is taking 4 times damage right now, so. Oh my goodness. Oh no, this is terrible.
It's got a cave.
Ghost Robo.
Yeah, see?
Come on, bro.
See?
Oh man.
Don't go in the cave after Gorgon. She'll wreck you.
Yeah, you don't want to. Not want to. Yeah, and you see those little like trails after her as she traverses. That's like web material, but the idea is that it helps you track her, because otherwise she kind of like web slings and then disappears.
Yeah,
and you're like,
she was so fast that you were like,
It's like, I think Vern was talking about finding a spider in his bed the other day, and then like the lights went off or something, and he lost it, and he was like, well, I guess I'm sleeping outside tonight. So yeah, I know that feel. You just lose it, and you're like, shit, where'd it go? But we don't want you guys to do that, because that would be frustrating. So you get little hints, and of course, follow the maggot trail. You guys have any more questions? Because we were having fun answering those. And like Chris said, there is a lot of new stuff in this build that they're playing right now, which will be out on Tuesday, November 3rd.
Yeah, I just keep remembering stuff. So we changed the melee system a little bit. So the melee system before somebody's gonna plan again.
No!
The melee system before used to try to do a lot of prioritization for you. Mm-hmm. So we've seen it in games where, as a monster, I'm trying, my crosshair is over, say, Lazarus, and I'm trying to attack Lazarus, and the assault will come up behind me and get closer to me than Lazarus, and it forces the monster to attack the assault behind you.
Oh, prioritize the closest target.
And it prioritizes the closest target instead of the target under your crosshair. So we changed that in this update, and now it prioritizes the target under your crosshair.
So that's going to be really important to keep in mind when you're playing monster, because when Lennox sneaks up behind you and starts plasma lancing combo damage into your back, it won't automatically hit her for you.
Yeah, well, the thing is that everybody plays instinctively. As a player, you are aiming at what you want to hit.
Right.
So, like these guys playing today, they didn't notice the difference. They were playing for a while. They didn't notice the difference. And the same thing happened. We turned it on, and the team didn't notice downstairs. But it because everything's working the way you want it to. You want to hit that character, so you do. The only sort of caveat to that whole thing is that harpoons are a little bit more effective than they used to be, because you now have to really aim at them in order to break them. So you'll see, if you see Gorgon get hung up in traps and swing and miss, and then re-aim and swing and miss. That's why. So
it's not just the monster player having a hard time.
Yeah. So I think harpoons are a little bit more effective, but the monster is also more effective at hitting the target that you want to hit, and not being pulled off. By the system. So
that's definitely good.
Like I said, there's just so many nice little additions to this title update that I think people will be happy about.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll go into more detail about a lot of that stuff probably after it comes out. Kind of talk you guys through it. We wanted to really focus on our new monster and save the more kind of in-depth update balance talk for afterwards. So you guys just get to feast your eyes on all arms, like as she sort of flies forward, all arms out, like even the little one. I think that might be my favorite new thing about her. Oh, that's fantastic. It's so cool. It's just so cool. And like with Behemoth, I think sometimes he's scary, right? He's this giant boulder thing that's rolling towards you. But there's some things about him that are kind of funny, like he's just like, he rears up and there's just like intestines and you're like, oh, what the hell's going on?
He always just looks happy to me. Even in his ready up screen when he's trying to be terrifying, when he's like in the versus screen, he's always like got that.
I like it. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I don't know that Gorgon looks particularly inviting in that screen, but then you get the swinging through the air with the arms out. That's her version. Ah, I love it. This is good times. Ghost Robo seems to be doing quite a good job here on Gorgon. And somebody getting stuck in a spider trap, just running away. Yeah, Markov's lightning gun is really good against those. Just because they run.
They're hard to shoot.
So instead of tracking a target.
Yeah, they're fast and they're hard to shoot. So Markov's really good. Hyde's really good.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, the noxious gas grenade's quite good at that stuff. It'll kill a bunch of them accidentally. Sunny's actually really helpful because of the radius blast from her mini nuke. She can pop those spiders quite easily.
Yeah, it was taking me like 2 hits on Sunny with her mini nuke, but
that depends on how many points they put into the spider.
Right, absolutely, because the health will change.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're zooming in, taking out some wildlife.
There also is a little system in play there where the spiders actually have more health when they're chasing a hunter than they do once they have them. Once they have them, they have small health pools so that they're easier to pop.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've taken out those sentry guns because, like you said earlier, they do more damage. Ooh, kind of like those mines. Dang. They do more damage. I just said doo-doo. Good. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. What's happening?
Somebody asked about the traversals when using Mimic. And I believe we went the rounds with this one. We tried a bunch of different things. I believe where we're at is that when you use Mimic has its own 3 traversals.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sure that you can always use a traversal when you spawn Mimic.
That's good. That gets you, because you were saying earlier when you were kind of walking these guys through the abilities, some of your strategies for using Mimic. And
Mimic's one of the ones that's probably your hardest thing to use, but it can also be some of the most game-changing because of the amount of damage. It really, a level 3 Mimic is brutal on the amount of damage. And the Mimic has more health. So the way that works, Mimic has a health bar, but that's also a timer. So if Mimic were to not get shot at all, eventually that timer would run out, and she just kind of, the Mimic gets destroyed, but it doesn't do the explosive damage.
Oh, really?
If it gets shot, like if they shoot it and run it out, it doesn't do the explosive damage. So it does the explosive damage if you trigger it.
Oh, okay. So, and to trigger it, you would just hit the same button that you used to start it.
Yeah, so you press the same ability button again in order to manually detonate it.
Oh, trying to be sneaky there on the side of that cliff. It's pretty cool, like kind of watching these guys learn Gorgon and sort of seeing them, what they try out when they first play, and then seeing them sort of like test out different things.
I hear Cliff is really nasty with the being stealthy on the ledges. I personally, on the walls and stuff, I've not been that great at it, so I kind of revert to more traditional tactics. Like I do stealth, like when I played against these guys, I did stealth at stage 1 and get around and stuff. So I do stealth. I get scared when I'm on a wall.
Yeah, I've heard Cliff is kind of famous for extremely long games, though. So I don't know.
That maybe just suits him.
I think that might just be his style.
Something that's super nice about acid spray is that when it has a radius. Every acid pool has a radius, and you can spray acid on the sides of walls. So if a hunter is jetpacking up a wall, you can spray acid up that wall, and they'll still be in the acid, just as if they were standing in it.
Brutal. Yeah, that's rough. What is your starting build when you play Gorgon?
For me, I always do, well, first off, there's one thing that I really like about Gorgon. When I play arena mode, it's the only monster for me that I can lose a round really badly, change up my abilities, and try a completely different strategy or different build, and then be successful. Whereas the other monsters, I feel like with Behemoth, I struggle with sort of like always playing it the same way. With Gorgon, I can go really heavy in Mimic, or I can go really heavy in Acid, and those are kind of my 2 flip-flops. And if one doesn't work, I'll switch to the other, and usually the other one will. So,
you see him using the acid pool there for res denial, and then zooming in with the Mimic to try and
did you see the Mimic? He did that out in the open, so the Mimic got shot, so it just sort of dissipated and didn't do any damage there. So you can do it in combat depending on who's left.
Like you were saying earlier, the web snare does poison damage as well. It's like, or acid. It's laced with acid.
Yep.
So it'll also you get like little ticks there of damage when you're web snared, as well as being slowed.
But stage 1, I'll usually take a spider trap because that's always good at just occupying them. At stage 1, you're really worried about mitigating damage. So I'll put a spider trap and just for me, like Lennox is really nasty. Like I have a hard time fighting Lennox with Gorgon. And so if I see Lennox, I'm putting her in a spider trap, like every time. Like that's my goal. And I don't stop, if she's not in a spider trap, then I don't fight anybody else. So
all right.
So I use spider trap. Stage 1, always have spider trap at least one point, just to keep them busy, right? And even when I'm traversing through the map, I'll try to place those in high places because hunters like to stay high, and that will just delay them. It will just slow them down.
Yeah.
It's not going to do any damage because they'll have a medic and they'll heal, but it will slow them down. So That's a big one for me. And then web snare and acid, 1 point in each of those. I don't go to mimic till I go to stage 2.
Nicely done, taking the win there. Does acid reveal cloaked hunters?
I don't think it outlines anybody for the monster. I see what they're saying, by taking damage.
Yeah.
It would be the same as flame breath, so I think the hunters get an effect on them.
Okay.
That's sort of like.
So instead of flames, you get some sort of acid
sort of green
effect.
Yeah, you get a little
And then the
little
monster
bit of
can see
green.
that.
So, but it doesn't. Like when you punch them, it reveals them, right? It doesn't do that. It acts, and also it doesn't interrupt revives and stuff. It's just like flame breath. So it's just sort of this. Usually we interrupt revives and stuff like that with things that are very physical that would actually move the player.
Right, that makes sense.
So since it doesn't, then we don't do that. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for answering all of our lovely viewers' questions. And if you guys have more questions, you can always go to our forums at talk.turtlerockstudios.com, which I will try not to stutter over. And there's a ton of people in our community who are on there who will be speculating wildly until they can get their hands on it on Tuesday. But Chris is on the forums a lot and does do his best to answer your questions and come hang out with you guys there.
And we got more cool stuff to show, right?
Yeah, well, we're kind of
So don't go away, is what I'm saying.
Hanging around.
You haven't seen everything yet.
But DB is going to be joining me again, and in light of him being here and me feeling so bad about not having a beard to stand against the DB beard, I'm gonna go ahead and ask for the Harley video that Dave did with Harley from Epic Mealtime. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back, and I'll be here with Dave. Thank you, Chris.
Yep, you bet.
Hello world, DB here. Very excited to announce that Evolve from 2K is going to be playable for free on PC and Xbox One this weekend. As a bit of an Evolve expert, I'm going to give you newcomers an overview of the game, along with a few tips for surviving the hunt online.
And my name is Harley, the world's most decent Evolve player. I'm gonna translate everything this guy says, so you might actually understand how to play this game, and then maybe you won't get smoked all weekend long.
Evolve is a science fiction cooperative shooter where 4 hunters of unique classes battle against a giant player-controlled monster. A boss fight where you can actually be the boss.
Or as we call it on the streets, 4v1, motherfucker.
First off, let's get into the hunters. The goal of the hunters is to combine their specialized skills and equipment to track, trap, and kill the monster.
If you're playing as a hunter, your job is to chase the monster, find him, and his mouth with your gun.
The assault class is the death dealer of the group. It's your job to damage the monster, as well as remove aggro from the hunters by absorbing most of the monster's attacks, all while dealing massive deeps with an arsenal of heavy weapons.
Assault, you got the biggest gun. Shoot this motherfucker.
The trapper uses equipment like harpoons and sonar sound spikes to track and locate the monster, as well as inhibit its ability to maneuver and escape.
Trapper, this monster's fast. You want him dead? Harpoons, motherfucker. Harpoon slows this monster down every day.
The medic is responsible for healing and reviving incapacitated teammates, while also debuffing and damaging the monster with items like tranquilizer darts, spore clouds, and armor-piercing sniper rounds.
Medic, for when you're getting your ass kicked, which in my case is a whole lot of the goddamn time.
Last but not least, and my personal favorite, the support class has an incredibly unique and varied arsenal meant to buff your team and enhance your damage-dealing capabilities. Support utilizes abilities and gear like shields, orbital barrages, cloaking devices, and even a nifty little UAV.
Support, everyone's counting on you, bro. Don't this up. You got a box full of crazy monster killing shit, not a box full of excuses.
Now for the monster. As the monster, your primary goal is to evade the hunters while feeding on the wildlife of Planet Shear. Once you consume enough wildlife, you can evolve, unlocking powerful new abilities while enhancing your attack power and defense. Once you're powerful enough, you can take the fight to the hunters and attempt to wipe them out.
That's what I'm talking about, the monster. Top of the food chain, big dick swinging It's gonna take a lot more than 4 little bitches to hold you back. I'm talking about spikes on my back, breaking people in half, ripping spines out, blowing fire, abductions. Where'd the monster go? Where'd the monster go? I don't know. He's right behind you. Blah, and there's your life. Blood all over the floor, picking off your teammates one by one until it's just you, you little bitch. I'm sniffing you out. I'm sniffing you out. Pick them off one by one. No one's gonna stop you. Where am I? Above you. No, I'm below you. No, I'm inside you. The monster is inside you. Breaking legs, ripping spines out and jamming it down their throats. Killing them one by one.
Hey everybody, welcome back, and welcome Dave coming back in from doing some serious work on the Hunters. I just wanted to remind you guys that while that video is amazing, it is from our free weekend, which was a while ago now. So it's an old video, but I felt like it's so spectacular that it needs to be revisited regularly, whether Dave likes it or not.
Yeah, I'm just glad you guys like it. So that's
Yeah.
that's the point, I suppose. So.
I heard so much good feedback about that video. People just like, I remember the first time I saw it, it was like, what is even going on? What is happening to poor Dave?
Yeah. Poor
yes.
me, indeed.
So we're jumping into another game here. This is going to be our last one on our stream for the day. However,
Yeah, we're going to be kicking it to our lovely guests after this. They're going to be streaming on their own channels. Stealth Shampoo, Vern Notice, and Mad Cow QQ will all be streaming afterwards. And in the last game, you got a glimpse at one of our next adaptations.
yeah, there was something different in that last game.
And that was Blitz Markov. So hopefully you guys picked up on that in the last game. Vern Notice was playing as Blitz Markov. And if you're clever, you might notice something now. But before we get to that, this is twitch.tv Mad Cow QQ. I'm going to go ahead and spell that out for you
Yeah.
since people like,
Two
throwing
Ds.
letters all over the place. Twitch.tv/MADDCOWQQ. That's going to be in the chat as well, I believe. Twitch.tv/Vern Notice. It's VERNNOTICE. Blah, blah, blah. Vern Notice, like Burn Notice, but with Vern.
Yeah, because his name is Vern, as I
indeed.
found out this morning.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I assume because, Zach's name isn't Mad.
Sure, sure.
So I like those. I like those handles that make a little sense.
And then, of course, Stealth Shampoo.
Yes.
Twitch.tv/Stealth Shampoo.
Never to be forgotten.
Yes, indeed. Here we do have Gorgon creeping along here. Again on Wraith Trap, I believe.
Yeah, we will have. Ghost Robo will be making some videos, so he's not streaming right now, but depending on how fast he is at getting those
He's
things
very
put together.
fast.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
He's
so
very fast.
Keep an eye on his channel. That's youtube.com/user/GhostRobo.
Yeah, if you haven't seen his videos yet, he makes phenomenal
It's really
evolved
awesome
videos. So
videos.
definitely check him out.
Yeah.
And he will be having some footage here that'll be coming your way very soon
Yeah.
on the Gorgon. And of course, what else we're seeing here today.
Yeah.
You may notice something a little different here in the lineup, maybe not. I'm not going to say anything to it. Let's see if you guys pick up on it, what we've got going against
Is this
the
the
Gorgon.
elite skin? She looks extra creepy.
Yes.
Like she's made out of bones, like she's a
Ew.
bone spider.
Gross.
Gross. Let's see, who
Yes,
do we have? Who's on
indeed.
what?
This
Mad
is
Cow
this is Gorgon
on,
Elite.
on Medic, Ghost Robo on Trapper, Vern Notice on Assault. Who's on support? We got, Captain Insane.
Captain saying he's
He's been captain since I last saw him.
Yeah. Wow.
That's exciting. And who do we have on the monster? It's so hard to tell. We'll find out. We'll find out in a moment. Stealth Shampoo,
Stealth
obviously.
Shampoo on the monster. Yes.
Obviously, if I could count, I would have figured that out.
Names and numbers are things.
Um,
All right, here we are on Val. That's an interesting skin.
yeah, what is that? That's weird.
See what you.
It was like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And we are seeing the logos over the characters here, which is super helpful. Oh, that's not what we want to be seeing right now. Maybe we could switch to a different view. No, let's
Stop doing
switch
things.
to something else. There we go. Oh, we've got Torvald. I'm glad to see someone's playing Torvald.
Yeah.
With his adorable, totally not basic Viking tattoos.
Torvald, Hank, Abe, and some sort of Val in here.
Yeah. Abe has really disgusting fingernails. I don't think I've ever looked at that before, but I just glanced over with his like tracking gun out, and his fingernails are
Just filthy.
black. It's
Yeah.
gross. But not like black in like a black nail polish kind of way. Black in
No.
like I've been digging a hole in the ground with my hands for the last 3 hours. Like,
Yeah.
what are you up to, Abe? Find a sink, man.
I don't think Kyra's into dirty fingernails,
No.
so
No.
step up
No
your
room
game,
for that
bro.
sort of thing in a lab.
Don't be a
Gotta keep that
basic
shit
bitch,
clean.
Abe.
Jeez, well, you know who's not a basic bitch?
Yes.
Gorgon.
Gorgon, right here.
Anything but basic.
I'm loving so far. As we mentioned, like this is everybody's first time here,
Yes.
getting their hands on the monster, except of Corey and Chris, of course. But Stealth Shampoo, like really picking it up here. He does miss the mimic blast there,
But,
his movement and everything is very, very fluid.
Yeah, like Chris was saying earlier, you want to be really careful about popping that mimic in front of people. You know, it's kind of like decoy, where if you're behind something, there's more
Yeah.
illusion. There's less of a chance that they'll just keep shooting you.
Yeah, that was a
So-
good drop of it right there, though.
Yeah, being a little bit more stealthy. What is going on with these green lines across the
Heal
screen?
beams
That's weird.
everywhere.
That's so weird. There's a spider trap ready to go search out some prey.
Mimic gets destroyed before it's used, so nicely done there. What he needs to do.
Ooh, they are stuck in a corner though. and
Yeah,
that's not
he
good.
needs to get behind some cover to pop that mimic and get it primed.
Oh, Mad Cow getting locked into a spider trap and downed immediately.
He's
That's
wrecking these guys. This is really good
Yeah,
play
run,
from Stealth
guys.
Shampoo so far. Mimic takes somebody down, and then we're down to Vern Notice on the assault.
Run, Vern!
Looks
Run
like
for your life!
Torvald is the only one up. Val gets back up actually from Hank. They're coming back in this one.
Yeah, what's going on, man? This is exciting. Wait, what is that? What happened? What just happened to that nomad there? It seems to be green. It's weird. They do have the monster tracked, so they are hot on Nikki's tail, firing off what should be tranquilizer darts there into the distance. I just get a jololololo in our teleprompter here.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. Oh, you have eaten a tracking dart. Bummer. That's okay though. He's at full armor and he is ready to evolve. But
Yeah, he's gonna go back in on him.
first, gonna go beat up Captain Insane there for a minute. Everybody's getting healed up right now. You can see those arrows that we've just added in this update. So you can see everybody's getting healed right now. You can see all those little arrows filling up everybody's health, and they're trying to shoot him. He's making himself a bit of a target, clinging to that wall there, but liking to show off his abilities. He's
Yeah.
like, hey guys, I can stay here.
Yeah, no, he's doing a great job so far. I mean, he hasn't taken a lot of damage so far. I think the most work he needs to do is with the mimic. So far, he's allowing them to destroy it before he can explode it. So a little bit more coverage, a little bit more cover before popping the mimic. All the other abilities, though, he's hitting pretty well.
Oh, that's cool. He just clinged from one wall to another. That was neat. And you can throw acid down on people, you can web snare, and you can throw spider traps while you're clinging to the wall.
Yeah, clunged.
But you can't mimic, so you have to be on terra firma. For
Be
the mimic.
clunged to the wall.
Yes, clunged. Clanged. I'm clanging to the wall.
Here's more Torvald.
Oh, straight into the abdomen. And like we said earlier, that does do torso damage, not limb damage. So, oh no!
Nomad coming in.
Nomad's getting in there. I think all of the hunters are safely out of reach, but people taking damage and getting beat up all over the place.
Yeah.
And he's tracked.
Good damage on the monster, though. That last fight went really well for them, whereas the previous fight was definitely in Nikki's favor. But right now, they are pulling it together. I can't believe they even managed to get out of that first fight, let alone come back here. There's a few strikes around, but Val is doing a great job of healing everybody up here. Another plant. That plant has gotten 2 people today.
Wait. Oh, today I was like,
Yeah.
they're like bees. Once they sting you, they're dead. I don't know where that came from.